went to the Euros final to see Spain versus England in Berlin. So naturally, I decided to make my first ever and definitely the worst vlog that you'll ever watch. But along the way, I had a lot of fun being a tourist. I met some footballing legends. I had some fantastic seats where we watched the game, and I tried what I was told was gonna be the best burger I've ever tasted. And it all starts the day before the final in the back seat of my own car.
Now, I originally thought that the most stressful part of this journey was going to be making sure I had everything that I needed in terms of like a hotel and flights and getting there on time. I get really bad travel anxiety. I was wrong. The most annoying and most stressful part is taking the kids' car seats out. These little, I don't know if you can see it, the little yellow things that kills my fingers. The little grey knob that you have to press down. Maybe I'm a bit of a princess, like I did engineering and I wasn't very good at stuff like that, but I've been here for about 10 minutes. I ain't got any car seats out yet. They won't come out at the same time. The ISOFIX car seat. First world problems, I know, but that's really stressed me out this morning. Second car seat's out. I mastered it by the second one. If by mastering you mean it didn't take me 20 minutes. I was supposed to leave about 20 minutes ago, so good start. Not very good for my travel anxiety, but I've left myself enough time, I think, to get to the airport. We hope.
I didn't get to film much on the way, but sure enough, I made it on time for my flight. And an hour later or so, we were flying over Berlin and the Olympiastadion, where the match was to be played. By the way, Berlin looked beautiful from above, and I'm kind of sad I didn't get to explore much while I was away.
What a day. Just testing the birds. I'm finally here. Finally, we got a lovely hotel. Did go to the wrong one beforehand, but there's two hotels with the same name, about 11 minutes drive away from each other. I chose the wrong one because of course I did. Something had to go wrong in this trip. Thankfully, it was just going to the wrong hotel. But Berlin seems cool. I've only seen it at night time, but there's very much like a party atmosphere. I could hear some England chanting as we drove past a certain area. I ain't gonna go check anything out now. It's way too late. I've been traveling all day. I got up at 6 o'clock this morning to drive to Stansted. Flight was nice and easy, although the guy behind me was very drunk and stunk of booze. I'm gonna get some sleep now because we're meeting some creators in the morning. We're gonna go and have some breakfast. We're gonna nip down to the fan zone nice and early and see if we can film some content down there. This room seems really nice.
Morning. Slept like a dream. Hotel's really nice, to be fair. Breakfast of champions is ready. After this, I need to buy some toothpaste because I forgot some toothpaste. And a couple of me and the creators are going to walk down to the fan zone, see what's happening down there for a bit. So, I guess I'll catch you there. Morning! It's the day of the final. I've had a cracking breakfast. I look as touristy as I possibly could. I went with a bucket hat because I thought, what's more football tourist than a bucket hat, especially in England? So, tell you what, it is absolutely a beautiful day. The bucket hat has actually helped shield my eyes, but it's really hot. I want to nip on down to the fan zone. I know we're going there properly before the game anyway with the other creators, but there's nothing really else that I want to do around the hotel. I want to go exploring for a bit, and it's only about a 20-minute walk, so I'm going to go down there and see what's happening.
It turns out the fan zone was closed, so instead I walked around taking selfies in front of buildings I knew nothing about. But come on, you knew this was going to be the worst vlog ever, didn't you? I did also find the area with the bears of every nation that's in the Euros, and I took a selfie with the English one, which nobody was stood around and seemed to realise that was there.
When I put my England shirt on, I wanted to feel part of it, you know? There's a lot of people around. At first I was a little bit, I don't know. There's a lot more England fans than I expected, to be honest, so we'll have to see. Score predictions then. I'm thinking a 3-2 win today for England, of course. Kobbie Mainoo, I really do think, is going to score the winner. I don't know why I keep feeling that. I just feel like him and Lamine Yamal both going to go on the score sheet today. Could be wrong. Probably is.
Just pop back down to the hotel before we go. I've had a little beer down the canal just to sort of ease the nerves. I went down, soaked some atmospheres. It's very busy around the train station. That's basically where we're located in Berlin, where my hotel is right now. But in about 10 minutes or so, we're going to go and check with the TikTok guys who made this happen. So I really do appreciate them. But it's kind of all thanks to you guys watching, because you have allowed me to have this career and this amazing opportunity that I get to go watch my nation in a Euros final. I mean, I had the heads up that we were going the Denmark game, which was the second group stage. So I lucked out that England actually managed to get to the final. So thank you very much to Gareth Southgate and the boys. The nerves have been there all the way through, but you got me to the final. you got you to the final. I was going either way. I was gonna go. I probably wouldn't have wore this if England weren't in the final. But you're gonna meet me there. I'm talking like Gareth Southgate is watching this video. Imagine if he did.
All right, now I understand I'm not very good at vlogging and I've missed some bits, so this might look absolutely awful, by the way, and I do apologize, but there's a reason why I didn't record the next part of this. Now, we went to a very fancy restaurant. TikTok took us there. They were paying for our meal before the actual game itself, and Max Kamenko, one of the TikTokers that was with us, pointed out that on the table in front of us was sat somebody very famous. It was Michael Ballack. Now, as soon as you go into the restaurant, there are signs everywhere saying you cannot film or get your phone out and start taking pictures in this restaurant. And I didn't think nothing of it until I seen that, holy crap, that's Michael Ballack sat right there, which is weird. Like, I could like have gone, Michael, you okay? And he would have heard me. And then just sat the other side of him was Joachim Löw, the old Germany manager who used to rub his balls and sniff them. That was mental enough. And then there was also like 2 other celebrities that I didn't know who they were, but people were actually going over to them and taking pictures. And I was like, what? You're not supposed to do that, bro. But still, it happened. And then Mario Gomez walked in. What is happening? And they weren't the only famous people that I seen on this trip. I even had a photo of one. Maybe you'll see that later on in the vlog. But hey, next, we met up with the other TikTokers. We got on the train. We're off the train now. I've caught you up.
This place is mental. I was given €5 to somebody who has 3.5 million followers on TikTok to get his face painted with a Ukrainian flag. Life.
But we met the whole TikTok crew, took a couple of group pics, and headed into the ground where we had some great seats and I got carried away. Yeah, I know I couldn't have been any more wrong, but still, I did tell you I was getting carried away. But with the closing ceremony complete, it was time for the players and someone to present the trophy to a standing ovation.
10 minutes, just Spain domination right now. Harry Kane just stood there. I feel like when you're getting dominated by possession, like you need something like Ollie Watkins on that last man, turning defence. Right now is looking bleak. 25 minutes in, still 0-0, but Harry Kane's been getting a yellow card. I can't really see what it was like from here, but this game is scrappy. It needs somebody who's going to get in behind from what we can see up here. Is it too early for Ollie Watkins? 25 minutes in. Because Harry Kane is doing nothing. I mean nothing. 0-0 half time. Cagey first half. I don't know, it just feels like all we're doing is defending. Maybe it's just, I feel that way because we're England and we're not. We've had like a couple of chances, but we're popping up. Harry Kane's like flicking it on. It's like, who are you flicking on to, bro? You're a striker. You'd be holding the ball up. You're sitting on the last man, turns him. It's not doing that. So I think Watkins would have been a way better option. Maybe we'll see that soon. I don't know how long Gareth's going to leave it, but he's making great substitutions in this tournament. Let's just hope one comes sooner or later before it's too late. Harry Kane off, Ollie Watkins on. Good call. Harry Kane is having one of the worst games I've ever seen him play. Fair play, short time, can't go score, but we need Watkins now. We need to step up. Come on, Ollie. Come on! Yes! Full time. Spain 2, England 1. Football's not coming up, boys.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Ellis Platten and Away Days is in trouble if I carry on doing vlog content. Thankfully, it probably will be one of the last times I do that. Or until I go to another game, I guess. I might do another one. But after that, then when we got on the coach, my phone basically died. I had a cracking headache. Got back to the hotel and forgot to record like a recap I guess. But fair play to Spain, but this isn't the end of the vlog because I took some hilarious videos after. I'm so bad at vlogging. Honestly, you're going to enjoy this. Or you'll just never come back, and to be honest, I couldn't even blame you. Anyway, we drove past the Berlin Wall, which was rather cool in a tour bus, and I visited Checkpoint Charlie,
Right next to a Mackey's.
as well as the Brandenburg Gate, where I was helping my friend Max record a video. And so he bought me a lovely German iced coffee and took me to the place I wanted to go the most, Burgermeister.
Trying the Burgermeister today. Absolutely lovely. Bon appetit. Yeah. That is really good. That is phenomenal burger.
Why is it good?
In Plymouth, we have UK's best burger, Zephyr Burgers. That's better than Zephyr Burgers. Structurally.
Pick it up, show it to the people.
Structurally, that is way better. Zephyr Burgers, very thin patties. This one, that is thick. That is thick and delicious.
Go on, you want to try the fries?
Fries. Fries are okay. Nothing special, but not bad. 10 out of 10.
And my Euros trip come to a lovely end, and it was time to get back on a plane and leave Berlin and return to the English summer. Honestly though, I had a blast, and I know that my vlogging skills aren't exactly amazing, but I will say, to defend myself, a lot of the stuff I had to record was in portrait because it was going out on TikTok as part of the deal for me going over there. So this vlog was kind of like a secondary thing, and I was trying to remember as much as possible to record while also enjoy myself and not being rude to the other creators. So that's the main reason why. I mean, I met some cool people. I obviously had a cracking meal next to some of the German legends in football, and I even met Robbie Keane at the airport, and I sat behind David James on the plane too. But obviously, since I've landed back in England, it's become apparent that Gareth Southgate has resigned from his role as the England manager. So I guess it's a case of what's next. Who is going to be the next England manager? And in a way, I'm glad. I think England need a next step manager. Gareth Southgate has done very well at uniting the nation and giving everybody a bit of belief and a bit of hope that we could win something, but I don't think he's ever going to be the guy that can win us something, if that makes sense, because I think his record speaks for itself. He's done very well in tournaments, but he's never really come up against a big team and managed to outcoach them. The Germany team that we beat a few years ago, they were not very good. I think if you come up against this German side, we would have got battered. We were okay against Spain in the final, but the game, we never really looked like we were going to take the lead in the game. It was very much, oh, now we are one goal down, we need to start playing. And I don't think England need a manager like that. We need a manager who's going to be attacking from the front. And everybody goes, yeah, but we're England, we can't do that. Go through the 11 player by player, and we have a better side individually than what that Spanish team have. But what that Spanish team also have is a coach that is not afraid to use their attacking assets the best way that they possibly can and attack from the front, dominate possession. Because we had more possession throughout the tournament than what Spain did game by game, but when it came up against Spain, we were happy to concede that possession. That shouldn't really be happening if you have a better side, which in my opinion, individually, the players that we had on the pitch are better. Yes, you might say Spain have possibly the best midfielder in the world, and they have two of the best wingers in the world. But we had the likes of Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane, Phil Foden, who have won Players of the Year in their respective leagues, and they never really played that well. All three of them had moments in the league, in the whole tournament, but that was all that happened. And to be honest, they all looked tired. And in the system that we played, we never really got the best out of the players that did play. The players that came off the bench, they looked fantastic, and the likes of Kobbie Mainoo. But I want to give a big shout out to Marc Guéhi, who I think, for me, was player of the tournament for England. He was absolutely exceptional. I didn't really see him put a foot wrong. Yes, we conceded goals, but if you're going to put your defenders under that much pressure, eventually the opposition is going to find a way of scoring. So I think right now, obviously it looks like it's going to be Eddie Howe. It could be Eddie Howe. It could be Graham Potter. I had an opinion that I thought it might be Graham Potter, and that's the reason why he turned down the Ajax job twice and the Leicester job. I don't want it to be Maurizio Pochettino. I don't think having an Argentine manager is what England need because of the rivalry that we have between the two nations. I don't mind having a manager from a different nation. Just don't think Argentina is that what we should be picking an Argentinian manager. And not to mention, I don't think Pochettino would be a good international manager for England either. So I don't really know whether it's Lee Carsley, Graham Potter. I'll be happy with either of them, but I think Eddie Howe would be my first choice. What's your opinions? Thank you very much for watching this vlog. As hilarious and as terrible it has been, Ellis Platten, I'm coming for that title of the best vlogger in football. I'm not. He would probably not even get to this part of the video.